Welcome to daycare Gaming, everybody. We're going to play Pokemon Fire Red version, and we're going to do a Pokemon challenge. This particular challenge is called the No Capture Challenge. I've not seen it anywhere on YouTube before, so I think this will be a unique set of circumstances. Of course, the name of the game is obvious. We will not be capturing any Pokemon, we'll also not be training any Pokemon. We're only allowed to use the Pokemon we get as gifts in the game. And of course it wouldn't be a challenge if I didn't make the stipulation that if I lose a match, I will lose the game itself. And this particular challenge poses a very special problem, which I will get to as soon as I get done with the naming. As I said, my name is Drakir. There you go, very simple. And I got a special name for you, Mr. Rival. Good old Dingus. Yeah, time to turn off the NES and go play some Pokemon. The point of this challenge is going to be grinding, because you're going to be using just the starter Pokemon for a good deal of this game, and so we're going to need as many potions as we can carry. Because in order to progress with just one Pokemon, you're going to need to get a high level in order to beat all the people who have more than one Pokemon. And you're going to need to keep a lot of potions on hand so you don't have to go to the Pokemon Center every couple of minutes. I'd actually like to, if I can, go to the Pokemon Center as little often as possible. As I said, this challenge poses a particular problem with the starters. You cannot use Squirtle in this challenge. Like, literally you can't. Because he cannot learn Cut at any of his transformations. No Cut means you can't go past Cerulean City to go to the Dark Cave. It means you can't even get into your gym at... what's the electric one? Whatever Lieutenant Surge's gym's name is. Anywho, so that leaves us with two choices instead of the blue water turtle. I mean, look at him. He's just awesome. I'd love to have him. He turns into a bigger water turtle, and then he turns into the biggest water turtle you ever seen, and he's got cannons. Can't get him. We could get the frog dinosaur. Bulbasaur turns into a bigger frog dinosaur. They both have bulbs on their back. One's green, because it's just starting. The other one's pink because it's a budding flower. But for some reason, when the flower opens, it turns into a tree. It's very strange. I don't like to use Bulbasaur because he's the easy version of this game. He's the easy mode. He's got a double advantage over the first gym, a single advantage over the second gym, and a half advantage over the third one. You don't know what those are. Study it, but look up your typing, folks. We're going to go with Charmander. He's the hard level. He's the hard mode of this game. And he's my second favorite of all the Pokemon anyway. Because he is a lizard with a fire tail. And he turns into a raptor with a fire tail. And then he turns into a dragon with a fire tail. How could you not love him? And I got the perfect nickname for this guy. Yes, sir. Say that when you're going into battle. It will be epic every time. And now we're about to have our first battle, and it's with the rival. So it seems we've been given the low side of the health bar this time. Sometimes you're going to be at 19, sometimes you're going to be at 21. I think 19 is the standard. Of course, when you have lower health, it means you have higher attack and higher speed, but it also means you have lower defense. Squirrel's got really good defense, really good HP. But thankfully, I think we have higher attack and higher speed. This is the first time he's attacked us, and he did good damage because he kept up that tail whip. I'll give him that. He did good with the tail whipping. But we are about to whip some tail. And we have achieved victory. And of course, you always get your first level after this first battle. That's the way they tweaked this game, to where you always get enough experience during the first battle. It's actually enough to get us halfway to the next one. As I said, the point of this game is going to be grinding. We're going to have to go to the Pokemart and get us some potions. Before that, we're going to have to go to the Pokemart and get us Oak's parcel and give it to Oak. Interesting, Oak's parcel is revealed to be a custom Pokeball, and it's never spoken of again. What's also a customized Pokeball and is never spoken of again is the GS Ball. It was used for about half a season in the show. They finally got it to some guy whose name I cannot remember, and he took it, and we never hear about it again. Nobody ever found out what it does. No word that it actually contains, or has ever, or even could catch a Pokemon. Here we go with this guy. He's going to give us a free potion, because he wants to tell us about his product, and he wants us to buy more of that product. This is a good way to do business. Anywho, so the GS Ball, nobody ever knows anything about it except that it exists. Some people have said that GS could stand for Game Shark, and it's possible. Some people have said that Oak's parcel is that GS Ball. I don't really see it. It could be, and people have said this too, that it is a prototype Master Ball. That is possible, because the Master Ball in this game is not in mass production. You can only get it if you find it. Of course, we don't care muchly about the balls. The Master Ball, the Great Ball, the Ultra Ball, the Pokeball. We're going to sell those balls whenever we get them, because we will not need them for this challenge. Let's sell them and we'll get more potions. As I said, I want to visit the Pokemon Center as little as possible. It's too bad you can't buy ethers at this particular Pokemart. It would be great for grinding if I had all my power points. Of course, we're not going to go looking for trouble, but we won't run away if it comes to us. Like I said, folks, this is a challenge where if I lose a single match, I lose the game. This is not Bizarro World where if you lose, you win. So we gotta keep an eye on that HP bar. That's why we need all the potions we can get. Hey, Dingus, how you doing? And here we go, about to get our Pokedex. It's a high-tech encyclopedia that is completely blank. They didn't think that one through, did they? And we got our Pokeballs. I've always been kind of miffed at Charizard for not being a dragon. Because obviously he looks like a dragon. He's a flying type in these games. In the first generation, he couldn't even use Move Fly, which was even more ridiculous than the fact that he wasn't a dragon. They could have even made Charmeleon a dragon. He looks, as I said, like a raptor, and there's a lot of similarities between dragons and dinosaurs. They could have made Gyarados a dragon. They could have even made Lapras a dragon. It would have been the only ice dragon type in the entire game. It would have been something so wonderful and awesome and unique. Plus, I mean, you know, it doesn't just look like a Plesiosaur, it also looks like the Loch Ness Monster. So you could even have done it as a water and dragon type, just the same as Gyarados. Gyarados is very reminiscent of the Leviathan. Gotta keep an eye on that HP bar. We're gonna use a potion. After this first video goes up, I'm going to try and condense all the later ones. Give you guys 2 sets of videos. One with the long version where you can check my progress in detail, make sure I'm not going back and cheating. But for those of you who just want to get to the good action, just want to see the important battles, I'll have a condensed one for you where you can watch just the gym and elite and rival battles, as well as the ones that are important to the story, like the Nugget Trail and the Super Nerd that gives you the fossils. Also, I'm going to try and put up this video before I get to Mount Moon. So, if you guys are commenting, please leave a comment which fossil you'd like me to get. I'll try and gather up all the comments about which fossil and determine which one based on the number of people. I don't know how to set up a poll, but if I do find out, I will definitely set one up for that. So whether you see a poll or not, please go ahead and leave a comment also. If I do find out how to do a poll, I'll probably be looking at both of them and taking the average between them. So if, for instance, we have 30 comments for Ammonite and only 10 comments for Kabuto, but we also have 25 thumbs up for Kabuto and only 5 thumbs up for Ammonite in the poll, we'll have pretty much an even split. That one might barely go to Ammonite. I'll have to look up math. I cannot math and Pokemon at the same time. Two people who did learn math and Pokemon at the same time, Wiz and Boomstick. Those guys did a Pokemon death battle. You can go look that up. It was lots of fun. Using math and science to figure out a Pokemon battle of all things. Tip of the hat to you dudes. At Screw Attack. I'd like to take this opportunity at this time to issue this particular Pokemon challenge to the guys who like to do Nuzlocke challenges, who love playing Fire Red and Leaf Green in your spare time. I'd also like to issue, if you can, get a hold of these guys, commented on their channels, a special challenge to Psycho, PewDiePie, Markiplier, MatPat from GT Live, and Jacksepticeye. Those are my favorite gamers to watch, and I'd love to see them try this challenge. Direct them, please, to this video so they know the particulars of the challenge. Also, something I neglected to mention earlier, but will be important. Although you have to have the HMs in order to progress, those are a must-have, which is probably why they're different from the TMs. I won't be using any TMs during this game. Only the HMs, and I think just because I don't really care for it, I won't have to use it because I'm not going to be traveling back and forth everywhere all the time. I'm not going to be using Fly. I'm probably also not going to be using Flash either. Just because the only place you have to use it really is in the Dark Cave, and you only ever go in there one time, I do believe, unless you're backtracking. And of course, this game is only going up to the first champion battle, so that's all I really need. I might go back and challenge it again with one less Pokemon each time I do it. And we'll see how many times we can do it with how few Pokemon. Of course, we'll probably get stronger every time we do it, so we might be more able to do it with less Pokemon. But we'll see. We will see. I'd like to get just as far as I can before I go up to my battle with the rival, Mr. Dingus up here. So I'm going to grind Dragon's Horde just as much as possible. We're getting pretty good up here, 27 HP. Defense is still crap. The attack action hasn't actually gone up that much either. Special attack and special defense are good. Speed is good. Once I get to Celadon, I'm going to spam those power-ups. I'd like to get my first transformation to Charmeleon before I reach the rival. I'd actually like to get to Charizard before I reach Cerulean City. Go ahead and get both transformations out of the way as quickly as possible. I don't want to transform to Charizard before I beat Brock, because that'll just make it too easy. He won't be able to attack my Charizard, because Flying type is immune to Ground type. I don't think he has only ground moves, but he has at least one, I do believe. And so that would just be an unfair advantage on my part. I do, however, have no qualms about using the Steel-type moves against his Rock-type Pokemon. I will take full advantage of that. are slowly but surely getting there, folks. Alright, basically one-shotted that guy. Kind of by accident. Yay! One-shotted one officially. Level 3 Mankey was no match for Dragonzord. I finally moved up the attack. Everything else got 1 more point too, I think. Alright. Won't be too long before we're one-shotting everybody. Unfortunately, grinding is going to be the nitty-gritty of the long game. But that's why I'm going to give you guys streamlined and edited versions of all the next videos. So you have the option after this one. I think I might keep that consistent for all my challenges. At least as far as concerns Pokemon. Really hoping that I can get Metal Claw before I run out of PowerPoints and have to go to the Pokemon Center. Because if I get Metal Claw, I won't have to go to the Pokemon Center first. Probably won't have to go at all before I face the rival. But we'll see. Alright, here we have a high level one. About darn time too. Got 10 left of each. I'll do this one with the Ember. Just because it's the strongest attack. And I do not like Spearows. Don't want to waste another high one. Go Scratch. Alright, level 11. Did we get Metal Claw, please? No, must be level 13 you get those. I find it interesting that the name of the Pokemon is Steelix and the name of the type is Steel type, but the name of the move is Metal Claw. I wonder why they couldn't just be consistent and go with Steel all around or Metal all around. Maybe it sounded more catchy. Yeah, one shot at a Rattata. Boy, howdy if they don't keep giving me the low levels. Don't get me wrong, it's a great feeling when you can one-shot somebody, but I'd like to get to the higher level ones and get more experience points. Because the higher you go in level, the less your experience points matter point for point. Thankfully, you don't actually lose points themselves. There are games that do that, and it gets even more tedious. This is tedious enough. Just tedious enough to be fun. Alright, looks like we're going to one-shot this guy by default, because here comes his burn. Looks like we're going to fall just short of getting that metal claw, folks. I do believe we are not going to have enough power points to make it. If we can one-shot all of our Pokemon from now on, maybe, but I do not know. I'm gonna go ahead and use up all my embers, because if I do get the chance to go to the rival before hitting the Pokemon Center, I want to have at least 2 scratches for Squirtle, because both Ember and Metal Claw are weak against water types. So it's better to have the one that you can actually use to its full power. Look at that, stopped just short of one-shotting that Spearow. Such a booger. Come on, can we get to level 13, please? Give me some high-level Pokemon here, guys. I know your maximum is 5, but be reasonable. Well, sorry to say it, folks, it looks like we're not going to get to Metal Claw before having to go back to the Pokemon Center. I'm not going to close out before I fight the rival, though. So it'll definitely be worth your wait. You'll get to see me thrash Dingus. Looks like we can only do one more battle. Oh, look at that, we got a one-shot. With a critical. We actually could do one more battle then. It's just too bad we'll fall just short of getting that next level with the Metal Claw. I've never been more disappointed at a Pokemon game. With the exception of Charmander not getting the Dragon type in Charizard. Come on, people. I actually kind of fixed it with Charizard X. Mega Charizard X, the Mega Transformation. But it's just not good enough. Because Mega Charizard Y, that one looks even more like a dragon fresh off the mountains than regular Charizard. And certainly more like a dragon than Mega Charizard X. Mega Charizard X actually looks like it should be a dark dragon, or a fire dark. They picked it to be the fire dragon. Looks like it just crawled out of the pits of hell. That might actually be appropriate for a dragon, though. I'm just saying. Sometimes people's thinking ain't right. I don't know why the computer wastes its time using moves like Leer when it's actually slower than my Pokemon. I know the computer has at least some kind of AI. Of course, it runs off of an algorithm to determine certain actions, but does it do that for the move set as to which move it uses every time? Because a smart computer would not use Leer when it's the slower Pokemon, it would just attack. Because you can't get the benefit from using Leer if you're not able to attack afterwards, which you aren't if I'm two-shotting you. And I'm faster than you. That's the advantage of Charmander. There we have Metal Claw. I'm going to go ahead and use Metal Claw. Look at that. One shots it just like the Ember. Let's go ahead and switch around the moves. So I would like to put Metal Claw up top. And Ember over here, and Growl at the bottom. I get rid of Growl first whenever I come across something else that I can use, like Flamethrower or Cut. And then the next one I throw away after that will be Scratch. Because Cut's just a better version of Scratch. You could argue that Metal Claw is too, but it also has a chance to raise your attack power if you need more than one attack in the first place. And it has special type advantages. Unfortunately, it's not a special move. Perhaps I should have worded that differently. It is a physical attack, but it has some type advantages sometimes. Do they have advantage against fighting types? I do wonder. I mean, you would never guess that it didn't from that. But I am 10 levels higher, so a one-shot's not that uncommon. Basically, if you're against somebody who is 10 levels higher than you, and neither of you has a type advantage over the other, you're just screwed. It's such a shame that the attack rises on the ones that I one-shot. Finally, a decent challenge, a level 5, the maximum level you can have in this field. Look at that, he's using Leer when he won't be able to use it. The advantage that it gets, won't be able to use the advantage that it gives him. Oh, anybody still out there? Anybody still awake watching this? I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You're the reason I'm doing this. Are you not entertained? That's what I'm talking about, some Dragon Zord power. I hate the ones where you only have 2 HP left. Going to stop after I reach 20 on the scratches. Want to leave plenty of them for fighting Squirtle. Because I don't know that I'll miss that many times. But if it's bound to happen to anyone, it'll happen to me. Algorithms are not my friend. I don't know, I took pre-calculus in college, and those algorithms stared at me, and they screamed, nanny nanny boo boo. Oh, I missed. I didn't even get sand attacked and I missed. How can I miss? He's 3 feet in front of me. one shot. I want to use some of the embers, but not too many, because I want to save them for the Pidgey. Embers are great for taking out that Pidgey. I apologize for such a long vid, folks. If I was able to get that Metal Claw before I had to go to the Pokemon Center, I guarantee you I would have been done by now. Would have done beat the rival. Would have done beat that dingus with some Dragonzord power. Incidentally, Charmeleon looks a lot like the Dragonzord. Right up to that little protrusion out the back of his head that kind of resembles a pterodactyl. Now that I think of it, the pterosaur that is in this game, Aerodactyl, does it have that head protrusion? Because as I remember, it didn't. In that case, it would look more like a Dimorphodon. Random thought of the day. The difference between a pterodactyl and a Dimorphodon is the backwards head protrusion. Another one of those that could have been a dragon-type Aerodactyl. He seems to fit the bill from every other angle. Lance uses him in his team, even though he doesn't have the dragon-type. I mean, come on, even Lance saw that potential. He could have been a rock dragon, or a flying dragon. I know people would complain about the algorithmic problems of doing this, but Pokemon really should have been a game where you allowed 3 types to a creature. And why only 4 moves? You could have opened it up to 6 moves. You have 6 Pokemon after all. Leave plenty of embers for Pidgey. I think 15 will be more than enough embers for Pidgey, even if he uses Sand Attack, which he almost certainly will. The computer spams that move whenever it's got it. We are so close to getting to level 15, guys. If they would just give us all level 5 Pokemon, we could get to Charmeleon so much faster. I just thought of something. Mega Aerodactyl does have that backwards head protrusion, even if its first form doesn't. I tell you what, Mega Aerodactyl looked like he ran into the aggro crag. Anybody knows that reference, you know how old I am. We're doing really good here, even though we're getting hit every once in a while. The HP is standing up to it, making up for that lack of defense. Alright, one more level to go, guys, and we will be ready to take on the rival with some Dragonzord power. Used to have one of those playable toy flutes. You could play it, but you could make like you were. You push the button one time and it goes for the entire duration, and then you can just press all the other buttons until it runs out. Lord, I don't know if we're even going to make it to the rival before we have to go to the Pokemon Center again. I mayhaps have misspoken when I said that we could have gotten them already. Again, I want to thank you guys for sticking it out with me. I really appreciate those of you who enjoy the long game. You love to watch the grinding and grinding and grinding. Some people are so easily bored. Thankfully, I do not have that particular problem. I do, however, have a massive procrastination problem. And a little bit of ADD. Finally, how long has it been since we got a level 5 one? Of course, I could have missed if it was in the last 5 Pokemon that we had a level 5, but I don't think we have in a long time had one. It does get mighty shameful that the Pokemon you encounter can't up their levels as you up your levels. I suppose it makes sense from a logistical standpoint. But if you weren't doing this no capture challenge and you wanted to capture some Pokemon, and your Pokemon is just so darn high, you're too afraid to attack because you might kill the Pokemon you want to capture. And when you're doing something like that, you want to get a Pokemon you haven't caught before, it's rare, it barely comes up in that particular area, you've been backtracking forever, and you're just too high in your levels. I know that feeling. Thankfully, we avoid that feeling by avoiding capturing Pokemon in this challenge. We're so close, folks. I can feel it, I can smell it, I can taste it. It and spicy. Here we go. I think the next two of them will be it. And we're going to transform into Charmeleon. Alright, are you ready, folks? It's morphin' time. Dragon Sword power! Here we go. And we got the morph into Charmeleon. And now we're gonna go kick some butt. Here comes Dingus. He sure looks like a dingus, doesn't he? Yeah, you were busy trying to capture a Pokemon. I was grinding mine so hard you wouldn't even believe it. Yeah, one shot of level 9 Pidgey. Oh yeah! Okay, here we go. This is gonna be it, folks. His defense is top notch, but our attack is topper notcher. Is that a word? Aha, it is a word because I have won. Alrighty then, and we can go ahead and close out after I go to the Pokemon Center, get healed up. Well, you know what? What we got here? A good amount of moves left. I actually don't want to go to the Pokemon Center. Let's see, we easily have over 30 attacks. I would be really stretching and going through that Meridian Forest. Better do the Pokemon Center just to be on the safe side. But we won't do it before facing Brock after we go through the Meridian Forest. Aha. Gotta keep up the challenge somehow. Gotta make it challenging. After all, this is a challenge. Alright, I want to thank you guys for sticking with me through that. Almost an hour of grinding and grinding and grinding. Oh lordy. Alright folks, this is Drakir Gaming signing off. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Especially comment if you want me to take the Helix fossil or the Dome fossil when I get to Mount Moon. I'll be putting this video up soon, so you guys go ahead and do that. It might take me a while before I get to Mount Moon afterwards. I'm going to be checking the comments and poll every day after it's uploaded. Good night, and God bless.